السلام عليكم. نبدأ نكمل التختيم. فين واصلين والله ناسي. قتلنا البوس صح؟ اوكي حلو. هذا سلاح ما اخذناه. قربنا نجليه. طيب هنا الطريق. اوكي من هناك. اوكي دحين نرجع هناك نطلع فوق. حلو. معنا 4000. هذا عندنا السلاح منه. هذه مطرقة مودلز. restores every time she successfully perform a counter attack. اوكي هذه حلوة صراحة. بس نشوف شيء ثاني. increase balance. نعم critical. اوكي grade 1 will to live. endurance عندنا منه. شوف materials. نشوف الابجريد. عندنا برونز اجنايت. ايش هالهرجة؟ اوكي
The Châtelet prison is at the other end of the Pont au Change. This grappling hook will be very useful.
Really? I know that. Want to change for la bar.
We've got to get out of here quickly. We're in grave danger. These machines have neither heart nor mind. No mercy can be expected from them.
But where do you hope to find refuge, mon cher voisin? The enemy is everywhere, and they take no prisoners.
Well, that. You saw the Pont Neuf collapse into the Seine just as well as I did.
Ah, ça! That was a spectacle I won't soon forget. To tell you the truth, I'm very happy I managed to escape with my life.
الكريتيكال هيد راحت علي. يمدينا نطلع من هناك بس ما يحتاج. الرن. ايش هذا؟ Very nice. Upgrade. كم عندنا 800. الله مفكرين صح. Locked. Unlock. This gate is locked. Sire, I understand your concern regarding... Okay. حلو. نجرب الحين. والله دمج مرة حلو. مش بطالة. أحا خلينا نطور السلاح. نشوف عندنا 7000 ين. قلم أحا أحا والله يا خرجني.
Dieu soit loué. It is such a blessing to see you safe and sound.
This belongs to you.
Bless you, whoever you are. You have our eternal gratitude.
I believe you've met Monsieur Julien Raymond from distant Saint-Domingue. He's one of the most eminent members of our organization.
And you? Mademoiselle? What should we call you?
My name is Aegis.
Ah, yes. The Aegis. The mighty shield and scourge of Zeus.
I wonder... Earlier, by the Pont Neuf, when you touched Monseigneur's ring, can you explain what happened?
The moment I touched it, I was transported. Somewhere else. It was the same strange world that you were in, Monseigneur.
Hell, you mean?
Or purgatory?
The ring called to me. It compelled me to reach out and take it.
Come now.
I saw things there. I saw Monseigneur giving a sermon.
What wickedness is this?
This explains the moment when you froze. And this isn't the only time you've experienced something like this, n'est-ce pas?
That is correct. It also happened with two objects I found in Place Dauphine.
And what happened there?
That is where I found your Bible and your cross, Monseigneur.
How did you know they belonged to me?
They demanded to be returned to you. You did not regain consciousness until I did so.
This is madness.
Let us not be so quick to judge, Monseigneur.
I witnessed the moment when your cross was taken from you. Then I saw you being locked in that box.
Et bien voilà. It is just as I suspected. Here, Aegis, look at this. Over the course of my research, I unearthed this ancient document. I believe I have finally uncovered its meaning. It's a triangle with an identical inscription at each corner. Nemi, memory in ancient Greek. Then, in the center, there is an open eye which symbolizes awakening. Do you understand? The images you saw, Aegis, were Monseigneur de la Far's own memories. 3 echoes of the past tied to personal objects of his. 3 Nemes, memories which some dark alchemy had taken from him. Without them, his mind would have remained lost, incomplete. He would never have regained consciousness. But by returning these 3 objects to him, Aegis, you were able to save his immortal soul.
Tell me, Aegis, when you were at the clerk's office at the Châtelet, did you perhaps see a leather wallet near the abbot's documents?
No, Monseigneur.
Ah, that is unfortunate. Most unfortunate.
Monseigneur? What task did you entrust to the abbot?
The Holy Office ordered me to keep an eye on the Comte de Cagliostro. This charlatan imagines himself to be the heir of Mesmer, the magnetizer, and seems to have ingratiated himself with the king. There have been disturbing reports about him that could lead to his excommunication. It is said that he can make the dead speak. Can you imagine? I asked the abbot to investigate the surroundings of Eugène de Vaucanson's workshop, where the Count had been seen coming and going for several weeks. I cannot disclose the details of what he discovered there, but it may well be related to the events that have plunged Paris into mourning.
That other world where you were held prisoner. Do you still feel its effects?
This other world, as you call it, Aegis, is none other than hell itself, Gehenna, the place the Lord sends those who worship the beast, but hell didn't keep me. Has God given me a chance to redeem myself, perhaps?
I bid you farewell, Monseigneur.
Wait just a moment, s'il vous plaît. You are one of Cagliostro's creatures, are you not?
What do you mean?
When did you awaken?
I do not understand, Monseigneur.
Well, that is to say, you talk, you think, you seem to act with some sort of free will. This was not always the case, that much is clear. You must agree that not all automates are as sophisticated as yourself. I'm attempting to unravel the mystery of your true nature. Tell me, what are your very first memories?
That is a question I am unable to answer.
How strange. In that case, you must surely be able to tell me who taught you what you know.
What I know, Monseigneur?
How can I put it in a way that you'll understand? For example, you call me Monseigneur. How do you know that this is how one addresses a member of the clergy of my rank?
I cannot explain it. I believe...
Go on, Aegis.
I believe that this knowledge is not mine.
Well, I never. Did you hear that, Abbot?
I caught every word, mon ami.
Mon ami.
Mon père,
Plus tard, s'il vous plaît. I need a moment alone. I must read over my notes in light of what we have just discovered.
Monsieur Raymond. What is the aim of this organization?
We publish articles and exert our influence on those who are in a position to improve the lot of our unfortunate brethren. Our numbers grow by the day, and we have many illustrious members, such as the Comte de Mirabeau and the Marquis de Lafayette. But it was Monsieur Brissot and the Abbot that founded the group.
Good old Brissot. Shouldn't he be here by now?
Yes, mon père. He should have arrived hours ago. Alas, there has been no sign of him.
I hope to God that no misfortune has befallen him.
What fate does the kingdom reserve for those with black skin?
According to tradition, any enslaved person who sets foot on French soil is freed.
This rule is most problematic in the eyes of planters in the colonies, who would seek to maintain their precious labor force.
This is why, for the past 12 years, no black people have been allowed to disembark in any of the kingdom's ports. Those who accompany their masters on the journey are imprisoned in the Admiralty's jails the moment they leave the ship. As for those who manage to evade the authorities, they live in fear of the raids carried out by the Marshalsea.
Are you not subject to these laws, Monsieur Raymond?
I am fortunate enough to have been born a subject of the king through my father, and also to have received an education, and to be wealthy.
Naturally, that makes all the difference.
You are quite a long way from home, Monsieur Raymond.
I haven't been back to Saint-Domingue in nearly 5 years. I left my most trusted men in charge of overseeing my indigo plantation. I came to France with the aim of having an audience with the king. I hoped to convince him to use his automats for agricultural work. I was of the belief that this was the best way to ease the suffering of our enslaved brethren. Alas, it was all for naught. I was only able to get an audience with the Minister of the Navy, and even that was granted reluctantly. Later, when the king convened the Estates General, my hopes were renewed. I saw it as an opportunity to make our voices heard. And then, mon Dieu, what a disaster, Aegis. What a complete disaster.
Monseigneur? Monsieur de Lafayette, you are safe and sound.
Safe and sound indeed. But with a broken soul. I have just returned from Place Dauphine.
I understand, monsieur. The Garde Nationale.
I was too late. All these brave men, cut down in a single attack. Why was I not among them? Alas, I am condemned to outlive them, and to witness an even greater calamity.
What disaster do you fear, monsieur?
It's a highly sensitive matter. I've been waiting in vain for a message of the utmost importance.
Can you tell me more about it?
Ma foi, at this point, I don't really have a choice.
You can speak freely. Have no fear.
Before the King's attack, I sent a squad of horsemen on a very important assignment. They were to collect a precious cargo at Gros Caillou, not far from the Hotel des Invalides.
What sort of cargo?
I'm sorry, Aegis, but I swore on my life to keep it a secret. All I can tell you is that it would give us a decisive advantage. But I haven't heard from my men. I'm worried that the exchange may have met with misfortune. It is paramount that I learn what happened and who has the cargo now. The future of the kingdom depends on it.
Since it's so important, I will go there myself and attempt to solve this mystery.
علق والله انه لعبة.
Ah, you're back. Do you bring me glad tidings?
The abbot is safe and sound. He is at the Société des Amis des Noirs, with Monsieur Raymond and the Bishop of Nancy.
Very well. Very well. May Providence allow them to reach us safely. Though I despise war, we must rally the people for battle as soon as possible. A reliable source tells me the arsenal at Les Invalides is overflowing with weapons, but a royal automat guards it. I now have no doubt that you are capable of defeating such a creature. But are you prepared to go back into the fray?
Yes, I am.
Very well. Try to clear the way so we can access the Hotel des Invalides. Once you've done that, we'll take care of the rest. A handful of patriots are already there. Their task was to open a passage to the east, through the Faubourg Saint-Germain.
Very well. I will go and find them. Were you present when the Estates General was dissolved?
Oui, madame. I had a front row seat. I witnessed we laid bare, so he had... At least we only positively...
Goodbye, Monsieur de...
Eh bien, Aegis?
No.
Et alors? The exchange was to take place.
There is no hope of reaching Les Invalides by the moat. I shall have to go round it through the Faubourg Saint-Germain. According to Monsieur de Robespierre, his men have cleared a path for me. Monsieur de Robespierre's men. They perished in the line of duty.
Athénaïs, pour l'amour de Dieu, run and hide!
What do you mean, Papa?
Hurry, I beg you! The Count is at our door. He shall take us away.
Good heavens!
Don't worry about me. Run, I say. Run!
Where could she have escaped to? I should keep looking.
No! Ne prochez pas. De grâce. I don't want to die. Not like this. Oh, if I had known, I would have set fire to that monster factory long ago.
A monster factory?
Vaucanson's demonic forges. The Gehenna where you were smelted, just like all the murderers of your kind.
Monsieur, I have no intention of harming you. I have come to put an end to the king's actions.
If you're telling the truth, then go away. And let me live.
Monsieur.
Au nom du ciel, put down your weapons. Please, I beg you to spare these poor people.
These poor people? But the streets are empty. There is not a soul there who is still alive.
There are still those who resist. Some good people came here earlier and asked me for a drink. They swore they would liberate the Hôtel des Invalides. They looked exhausted, but utterly determined to fight to their very last breath.
What about the automats? Have you observed their movements?
A convoy, led by those machines, went by here. Countless wagons, loaded with barrels. They came from the north, most likely from the factories. I think something terrible is going to happen.
What do you fear will happen?
I don't know, but I have a terrible feeling. Laissez-moi à présent. You'll draw those creatures to us.
Hiding place in the Luxembourg Gardens. If I could find out where it was, I could track down Athenais.
Tout-Puissant!
Madame de Polignac.
It's dreadful, Aegis. All is lost.
How were you able to leave Saint-Cloud?
Earlier, after you ventured out into the palace grounds, all of the machines that were guarding us set out after you. I seized the opportunity to go to the stables and jump into a horseless carriage.
What are you doing here, Madame?
The children, Aegis. Charlotte and the Dauphin. The Queen and the Marquis de Lafayette did everything they could do to save them from the King's madness. They spent days working out every detail of this operation with the greatest secrecy. The preparations for departure with our accomplices in the Queen's house. The children's escape, hidden inside this wagon. Our meeting here, in this very place. Then our departure with the riders who were to ensure our safe passage all the way to Austria. They would have been safe there with their uncle, the Emperor. But you can see for yourself. The children are nowhere to be seen. Poor Monsieur Cléry. He was the Dauphin's valet. The poor soul gave his life to protect the little ones.
Madame. Four horses for 3 men. Someone is missing. A red cap with a rooster embroidered on it. A list of staging posts between Paris and Liège. Perhaps Madame de Polignac will know what this means. Madame, the attackers all bear the same red cap with an embroidered rooster.
It's the symbol worn by those who support the Duc d'Orléans.
One of them had a map indicating all the staging posts from here to the Principality of Liège.
Liège? That rabble-ridden city is where the Duke and his miscreants have established their base.
Over here, there are 4 dead horses. And the body of a 3rd man wearing a red cap.
4 horses for 3 men. That means one assailant managed to get away. It's beyond doubt. The Duke's men have taken the children. They're the ones behind this ambush. And they knew every detail of our plans. We were betrayed.
But surely the ambush did not go exactly as planned. 3 of them lost their lives.
That's true. If only we could catch the one who was able to escape. But now that I think about it, the riders that the Marquis de Lafayette promised us, if they made it here, they may have been able to surprise the kidnappers and stop them from carrying out their misdeed. By the grace of God, they may already be on their way to Vienna with the children.
I shall get to the bottom of this. Which garrison is this squad from?
They are stationed at the Hôtel des Invalides. The riders must have left from there.
Very well. I will try to retrace their steps. As for you, please return to the Queen at once. You have taken enough risks as it is.
Find the children, Aegis. Je vous en supplie.
They're after us. You must carry on, I beg you.
I'll never make it. I'm out of breath.
Pour amour de Dieu. Suzanne, just a bit more. We're almost there.
The Ottomans ravaged the church and slaughtered the faithful. getting closer to Les Invalides. Here, I should be able to cross the moat easily.
The debt was no longer sustainable, Your Majesty. Your mechanical revolution has changed the face of the kingdom, but the coffers are woefully empty.
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes? Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
Yes, Your Majesty, as long as it is distributed fairly. The representatives of the nobility, the clergy, and the Third Estate must come to an agreement. That is why we have convened the Estates General. Tomorrow you are to preside over the opening ceremonies.
Your Estates General. Nothing good can come of it. You have roused the spirit of rebellion. All I hear about are their damned cahiers de doléances. My rightful enjoyment is being challenged. The streets of Versailles are teeming with loudmouth fanatics with sacrilegious thoughts. Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely set this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware. I have a surprise in store for anyone who dares attack my throne.
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't let them take me away. No. Oh no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
That is not my intention. I have come to rescue you.
Rescue me? But what on earth are you?
It is of no importance. What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, and it was cold enough to all the rage and anger, and there was this commanding voice. Did I really hear it?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before, but this situation suggests that the king had...
What does he accuse?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, and most of all...
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wanted my wife. My poor... As for me, my life was spared only so I could be taught. What is the meaning of all this?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my
I will take you to the Cordelier convent. You will be safe there.
À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur.
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded and they're praying for the...
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, they swore not to separate until... But that was not the only oath. All the honorable men secretly swore to...
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations... No other retreat in Spa... Et puis, truth be told...
For 2 whole days, the Patriots in the quarter... No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
However, we bear no illusions.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
Alright, guys.
You and I, in private.
It's coming to an end.
Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
Alright.
You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? After everything I've done for him, my abnegation.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. I refused to accept any remuneration for my services. And I personally filled the king's coffers with bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire de fer in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madam. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going around Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him. I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. It was separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
I'm not done investigating.
Don't give up. Remember, the last that's in the fort. As for the bonds...
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
Aegis, do you have a few moments to...
Certainly, mon père.
I've carefully collected... Then I compared... I came to quite, I think, like clocks, that they get their energy. They drink from the anima at these machines.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon...
I believe there is always hope, as long as I remain. I keep thinking...
The alchemist?
Precise...
What have we to...
Not... What? Eats it... But... But... No, it's just a man. We need to know.
But how?
Aegis,
Oui, mon...
will you help?
Did you...
There is the penitent's door behind the Châtelet. Leave it's only opened on... Here is the key.
زود سكيب.
Goodbye, mon père.
نرجع نكلم الزبال هذا.
How is your research on Nicholas Flamel?
I have done nothing.
Don't take too long. Don't forget that the tomb is in the crypt of the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, under the cemetery. The church isn't far from the Hôtel de Ville.
Goodbye, mon père. My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soonish. We missed you when we had to leave our the path that led us to...
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez, mon père.
والله UMP.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very... It was very unwise of us to leave. It is a miracle that we got...
What do you want to talk?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac. Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petites, they are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade. They worship nothing but money. Regrettably, 2 months ago, when I overheard a conversation. If they are to be believed, the club is Esclaves sans sommeil. It's hard to say what this could possibly, but I fear they plan to administer some foul. Our organization will not let these poor Aegis. We must look into this. It is a matter...
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you...
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your...
I fight...
If that's the case, then why wait? You preach out the truth is...
It's easy to... What would happen? I would be...
Any reform, revolutionary or not,
This reform there, you will not... And my...
Ah, yes. Monsieur, what must... We must find out Aegis.
Monsieur le Marquis. I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who?
Madame de Polignac. The Queen's favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desert. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. What happened? Tell me the...
That remains to be determined. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and is damned and...
That still remains to be seen. 3 of them lost their lives.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent them. But why the hell haven't they reported?
Only they could tell you that.
Would you be so kind as to go and find them? My hussars are stationed at Les Invalides. That's from where they were.
Goodbye, Monsieur Necker. Goodbye, Monsieur. Monsieur de Mirabeau. Minister Necker claims that you are a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hold me until this, madame, is not. To what do I...
I must get hold of...
What luck?
Minister Necker.
Well, let me... After all, nothing that... Why don't you ask him?
I'll be sure to do...
Now, who else? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well. Oh, God, I'm sure he...
Good.
Now...
You are forgiven.
In that case...
Eh bien.
No.
I have it, Uncle. He's the only...
Is your...
Oh, even...
What?
There's this...
The stat...
That's rubbish. Would you...
All right, come now. If we knew what these lanterns were made of...
Take a look at this ledger, monsieur. I found it by the factories.
Let's see. Steel. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zircon. This master blacksmith knows as long as you have a fortune.
For that...
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Break it, I would recommend sulfuric acid or vitriol, if you prefer.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur. He uses similar...
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Where can I obtain...
I had some, but my laboratory at last said I can't tell. You should ask. He uses...
How do you intend...
Unfortunately, I am You should ask for it's not doing... It's pot right there. Nothing.
We're what? I see.
I will go to the warehouse. I would like to access the contents of a safe that is supposed... Dare I ask for your help?
And how can I be...
I need gunpowder to break through...
Gunpowder? Do you think I just walk around...
Oh.
Mirabeau. Where is the...
He has left.
Eh bien, if I could... But given the...
I understand. Goodbye, Miss... Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you?
I did not find...
Vraiment? It's near Les Invalides, not far from Monsieur de Vaucanson.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier.
Has anyone seen Monsieur de Mirabeau?
Monsieur Bailly.
Ah, mademoiselle. I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of...
I found a document written in a script.
Let me see. Ah, a variation of...
What does it say?
Skip.
I'm looking... He has...
Excuse that.
والله يا قوة skip. Well.
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you?
What is prussic?
It's a volatile compound.
What does it do?
Oh, it's though add.
A deadly...
Aegis?
Goodbye, monsieur.
How's your search at the Vaucansons' home?
I found this penknife there. I saw this letter.
I know the place. One day, it was a start. The spot is on.
Goodbye, monsieur.
Have you located Adonais' hiding?
No.
Look carefully. Remember, it's on the edge of the...
Would you happen to know...
Sulfuric acid, combined with sea salt and green copperas. But I don't know how much we have. You would need to go to the Louvre and take a...
If you will allow me.
Of course, madame.
Goodbye, monsieur.
Alright guys, you know what it is, it's the end of this live. You know what it is. See you